welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing a whip and chat where I'll be working on my current diamond painting, which is Rainy Day Mermaid by ErikatheGoober. This is from diamondartclub. It's a 50.7 by 63.9 centimeter round drill canvas. I am honestly flying through this diamond painting, which is so great. This is one I've really been looking forward to working on, and I'm very excited that I am finally getting through it. So I'm trying to decide how big of a section I want to open up because there is quite a bit of color blocking. I think I'll just do a skinny section and we'll see how things go from there. So in today's video, where's the perforation? There it is. In today's video, we will be doing, I'm so confused right now. There it is. We will be doing a diamond painting tag. Now, I was tagged in this by Kate's Creative Space actually a couple of months ago, and I just saw the notification. So Kate, I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for tagging me. I am always looking for tags to use for my Monday video, so I really do appreciate it. And the tag is one that I've done in the past. It was created by Michaela Renee, and it is the Everything Diamond Painting tag revisited. So I think the questions are the same. Maybe they're not exactly the same. Maybe they're similar. I think it's just like a, you know, obviously revisiting what we talked about before to see if anything's really changed. So that's what we're going to do today while I work on this diamond painting. Before I do that, my accessories, the cover minder, I believe is from Galloway's Gallery. A lot of my like thick plastic ones like this tend to be from Galloway's Gallery. My pen is from Butterfly Effect Wares. Really beautiful pen. My tray is from NYX's Notion. I know they might not seem like they don't match perfectly on camera, but there is like a streak of copper glitter that goes through this rose gold pen, and it matches perfectly in person. I'm using the Fall Farmhouse Putty from Randa's Crafty Corner. My border washi tape is from Amanda Michelle Designs. It's this really pretty fall leaf one. And my single placer has some micro glue dots in it. So I think that's all of that stuff out of the way. Hopefully you're seeing the entire section. I know it's kind of big. Also, if you hear a fan, that's because there's a fan. It is getting hot here in New York again. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today, and I am not happy about it at all. All right, let's get in to the tag questions. If you see me messing around with the lights a little bit, it's because I'm trying to make sure that it's lit enough for you guys, but not too much light that I have a really bad glare. So apologies if that's the case, but I know a lot of you are probably just listening as you diamond paint along. So the first question today is, how many diamond paintings have you completed? Now, I keep track of this on Instagram. In my bio, I have like how many kits I've finished in the current year and then how many kits I have finished overall. This year, I've decided to kind of like halfway through the year, after talking to a lot of you guys, I decided to start including smaller things. So like my mini dazzles. So my number that I have on Instagram is not totally up to date because I haven't gone back and added those in. But right now I'm sitting at 183 finishes. Now, I count that as my like substantial diamond painting. So like these size. Anything smaller, I've never really counted as a finish, but I think I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start counting like the mini dazzle sets once they're finished as one completion. Also like my calendar, when I finish that at the end of the year, that'll count as a finish. So it's probably more like 190-ish, if I had to guess, but right now we will say it's 183. The next question is, if you're comfortable answering, how many diamond paintings do you currently have in your stash? I did like a rough count right before I started filming because I knew that this was a question, and my spreadsheet says 188. However, I keep this little zipper pouch of, what are these called? Sticker sheets. And once I get a decent amount of them, we update, like I do a video where I update my stash and my sticker binders. So again, it's probably more like 195 if I had to guess. I usually sit right around 200, which honestly I feel like isn't too bad, especially as somebody who makes videos and also is very fortunate to receive some diamond paintings from companies. So I feel like that's not too bad, and also I do get through my stash. So I know 200 is a big number and I'm just rounding up to 200, but I feel like that's really not too bad, and I'm pretty comfortable with that number. Would I like to get it down a little bit more? Yes, I definitely wish I could finish more diamond paintings each month, but I definitely feel like my low buy / no buy for 2025 has helped quite a bit in keeping that number a little bit down. I know that's still a lot of diamond paintings, but like I said, for somebody who makes videos and I use my diamond paintings for content, I don't think it's too bad. Hello, Luna. Luna has joined us today. When did you begin diamond painting? Tell us your DP backstory. So actually the end of this month is my 6-year diamond painting anniversary, which is absolutely insane. So I will be doing a video to commemorate that. So I'm going to hold on that question just so it's not super redundant for you guys. So definitely keep an eye out for later this month for a 6-year anniversary special of some kind. I haven't fully planned it out, but that will be coming later in the month. If you could purchase only from one diamond painting company for the rest of your life, who would you purchase from and why? I feel like this is a little bit of a difficult question to ask just because I don't want you to think that it's coming from like a bad place. Now, my answer is Diamond Art Club, and I feel like some people might be like, of course it's Diamond Art Club, because I'm very, very lucky to be a part of Diamond Art Club's sneak peek program. Honestly, it never crossed my mind that that would happen. So when I was invited to the program at the end of last year, it was such a shock, especially because I've been doing this for a while now. And I don't know, I didn't think it would happen. It was just kind of it wasn't even a goal because it just didn't even seem like something that was attainable. So I feel like me saying Diamond Art Club just sounds kind of bad, but that would be my answer anyway. The thing that I do really like about Diamond Art Club is the variety, the huge catalog of images that they have. I love small shops. There are small shops that I do enjoy that have amazing artists that prefer to work with small shops like that. But Diamond Art Club has some of my favorite artists for sure, and the quality is just there for me. You'll hear me talk about, well, the poured glue maybe wasn't great on a certain diamond painting, or maybe I wish this was rendered a little bit better, or, you know, like, no company is perfect. You will hear me say, you know, critiques about Diamond Art Club from time to time as well. I've always tried really, really hard to just be so real on my channel, which, you know, people just assume that I don't even want to call myself an influencer, but people just assume that we're, you know, lying to you about everything. But genuinely, my answer would remain the same. It would be Diamond Art Club. And I wonder, I can't remember when I did this tag last time. I'll have to see if I can find it, but I am positive that it was before I was with Diamond Art Club, and my answer was still Diamond Art Club. So hopefully you guys know that that's a genuine answer and I'm not just trying to like blow smoke up your butt, because I'm not. So my answer is Diamond Art Club purely because I like them. The quality is there for me. The variety of images is there for me. The variety of artists is there for me. I've always had really good experience with their customer service. So yeah, Diamond Art Club would be my answer. When diamond painting, what is your go-to media to consume? Audiobooks, podcasts, YouTube, etc. Number one is YouTube. It's usually my time of the day where I can just sit down and I can catch up on all of my YouTube videos. Now, I have a personal YouTube channel, not that I post on, but that I'm subscribed to like everybody else that I watch. And then I have my diamond painting channel where I'm subscribed to all the diamond painters. So I flip between two channels to try to catch up with everything. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I am very far behind on fellow diamond painting YouTubers. And some of that can be a little bit strategic because there are times where I will have a video idea and then somebody else will also have a similar video idea and maybe they'll post theirs first. And I don't want to watch their video because I don't want it to sound like I'm saying exactly what they said, if that makes sense. You know, you never want to be accused of copying anybody, but in a hobby like diamond painting, which is, in the grand scheme of things, a very small hobby. It's not like a huge community. I know that we've grown a lot as a diamond painting community since I first started, but there's really only so many things you can talk about when it comes to diamond painting, and you never want to be accused of, you know, stealing ideas or parroting, you know, sounding like you're a little parrot copying somebody else's words. So there are certain videos that I do skip from creators just because I want it to be, you know, their intellectual property and then mine is completely separate. And just so you guys know, if I ever am taking inspiration from a creator, I will always tell you at the start of the video. I never ever want to be accused of stealing ideas. So yeah, YouTube is first, and then I do love listening to audiobooks. I usually listen to audiobooks at work, and then if I don't finish it that day or I'm really into it, I'll listen to it while I diamond paint as well. What is your favorite category to diamond paint? Landscapes, fantasy, animals, etc. I would say it's actually changed a lot since I first started diamond painting. When I first diamond painted, I was exclusively a landscape person. Chuck Pinson was my favorite artist. I collected everything he came out with Diamond Art Club, and that's just what I wanted to be working on. I want to say maybe like 2 years into diamond painting is when I picked up my first portrait. 2 years, is that fair? I feel like maybe 1.5 years to 2 years. I had seen people working on these like beautiful portraits, and I was like, maybe I do like that. So I picked up my first one, and it's kind of just, I've never really looked back. I feel like I do more portraits now than landscapes. Just because they're pretty and I like them. I would say second to that would be animals. I love to diamond paint cats, all kinds of cats, house cats, big giant leopards and snow leopards and all that kind of stuff. I love animal diamond paintings. I also love my otter kits, of course. And then I would say probably landscapes. I do try to fit in a couple a year. The thing with landscapes for me is a lot of them tend to be really, really big and square drills, and that's just not really my thing anymore. So it's easier to find a really pretty portrait diamond painting in a reasonable size in a round than it is to find a landscape in a round in a reasonable size. What is the artist you have completed the most diamond paintings from? I would say that it's probably still Mandy Manzano. I want to say it was 2021 that I did a year of Mandy. I worked on one of her kits every month of the year, which was crazy. I loved it so much. I don't know if it's something that I would ever do again, but also I'm so sad because all of some of my, like most of my favorite kits from her are gone. I've completed them. Because there are times where I think about, I've been seeing a lot of people work on Sugar Plum Fairy by Mandy, which is beautiful. I loved working on that kit so much. And I'm like, man, I wish I had, I wish I still had that to work on. And then outside of those 12, I've completed at least 4 or 5, I want to say. And I have a huge collection of her diamond paintings still. So definitely Mandy Manzano. I would love to see some more kits. I know she doesn't, I don't want to say she doesn't do as much art, but I know that in the last couple of years, she's like started a family and stuff. So I think that her art has kind of cut back a little bit. And we, every once in a while, we get a new image with Diamond Art Club, but I'd love something new again. I think we just got one not that long ago, but I love Mandy Manzano's artwork. What is the artist you have? Nope, I just read the same question. What is the artist you own the most diamond paintings from? Since I've done all of those Mandys, I would say that it's probably Chuck Pinson at this point. I would say that they used to kind of be neck and neck, but I haven't been working on my Chucks in recent years, so that's a little bit sad. But I do love Chuck Pinson's artwork, and I have a lot of kits that have since been discontinued from him, which, you know, I'm very fortunate to have. I used to collect everything that Diamond Art Club brought out with him, but I think I mentioned this recently, but there were, I want to say there was like 3 or 4 weeks in a row where they released a kit from him every weekend, and I just couldn't keep up, and then I gave up on collecting everything. So I no longer have a complete collection, but at one point I did, and I definitely have the most from him. I do wish that we would get a couple more round shape images. That would be nice. They kind of went away from the more reasonably sized Chuck Pinsons, and now a lot of them are pretty substantial. And that's just tough. I don't know. I want to finish my diamond paintings. I don't want to be working on one for like multiple months in a row. No offense to anybody. I know everybody's diamond painting situation is different, but I like to at least have 2 finishes a month. I feel pretty good about my stash size when I'm able to finish 2 kits a month. What is your go-to wax when diamond painting? Go-to putty? If you use neither, what is your go-to? I cycle through a few different brands of putty in my multi-placer. Right now I'm using Randa's Crafty Corner. I also really like Putty Ella Mud. I really like NYX's Notions. I really like, what is that other one? What is that called? I'm looking at the container. What are you called? It's not coming to me. Ooh, I just bunked my head against the phone. Sorry, guys. What is that wax called? Or putty, I mean. Hold on. I'll find it. What are you called? When did I last use you? No. No. This one. Nope, that's not it. What the heck? Why don't I see it? Now I'm gonna have to get up. Which is exactly what I was avoiding. Oh, here it is. It is Excuse Me Designs. That's it. I would say those are probably my top 3. Putty Ella Mud, Excuse Me Designs, NYX's Notions, top 4, Randa's Crafty Corner. trying to think. I do also like the one from Butterfly Effect Wares. I just don't have a ton of scents, so I don't use it very frequently. But yeah, I definitely am a putty girl in my multi-placer. I will only use like regular pink wax or blue wax when I'm working with a lot of special drills, or if the drill field isn't super sticky, I will switch to a pink wax just because it doesn't hold the drills as hard, I guess. And then for my single placer, I don't really use a wax. I like to use micro glue dots. They can be a little finicky to start. They can be very, very strong, so you kind of have to dirty them up a little bit, like with the oils on your finger. Sometimes I'll just rub my finger around to kind of get the oils onto the glue dot, or I'll like put it on my shirt so it picks up a little bit of the texture of that, just so it's not super, super sticky. But usually my glue dots will last me the entire diamond painting and then the next one. So I highly recommend glue dots if you haven't tried them before. But again, if I'm working with a lot of special drills, I will just go for the pink wax that comes in really any diamond painting kit. All right, what's next? What do you do with your finished diamond paintings? Do you hang them, put them in a portfolio, or something else? So I do not hang my diamond paintings. I have one hanging in our bathroom, but we're thinking about taking it down and adding some shelves and stuff up there just to better utilize the space. Honestly, we only hung it because we had just moved in. There was this big empty space in our bathroom. I had a frame, so we just went for it. I absolutely love my diamond paintings, but they just don't really fit my decor style personally. And the room that I diamond paint in is our spare bedroom. So I don't really want to just like tack up a bunch of diamond paintings personally. No offense to anybody. So I do have a video on my channel. I'll see if I can find it and link it in the description. But I use these really big moving bags. They're like a black material and they hold a ton of diamond paintings. I roll them drill side out and I just lay them in there. When they're all stacked together, they like hold each other closed, and that's where they live. They're safe. I know exactly where they are. One thing I do wish that I had done when I put them in those bags is I wish I had done them by year, so I could just kind of like pull out each year of diamond paintings. Now I do have that logged, so I could in theory go back and do that. We'll see if I actually do that, but they hold a ton and they're really sturdy. So I can't even tell you how many diamond paintings are in each bag. I think I have one full and then a half. So that's a lot of diamond paintings. It's not the full 180 whatever, because I do have what's called a bulletin board bag. It's like a clear bag that you can lay flat. If you're a teacher, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's what you would put all of your bulletin board accessories in, so your borders or clip art or whatever. Anything that will fit in there goes in there, and that is under our bed. But the large diamond paintings that won't fit in that get rolled up and they go into those moving bags. So I very much enjoy them. They used to live under our bed, like in between the mattress and the box spring. But it got to the point where my bed was like, my side of the bed was like way up here and Steven's was down here. So I would just roll. I would just roll to him when we went to sleep. So yeah, it's a really good solution. Doesn't take up a ton of room. I'm not totally comfortable with them being in the basement, so they do just stay in our spare room in the corner here. But I'm thinking about trying to find like a really big tote that I can put them in the tote and then leave them in the basement. But it works. I really recommend it if you are looking for a way to store your diamond paintings. Do you like to open your kits right away, or do you keep them sealed until you're ready to work on them? I open them for videos. So since I film unboxings, I don't open them until I'm ready to film the unboxing. It makes it easier to keep them separated in my stash. So if it's unopened, I know I need to film an unboxing on it. But I've always opened them right away. Even when I didn't film videos, I would get kits in the mail and I'm like, oh my God, I have to look at it. But yeah, I do open everything pretty much right away. As soon as I'm ready to film, it gets unboxed. What is your #1 unicorn kit that, if it was easy to obtain, you'd love to own? Ooh, there are a couple of Mandy princess panels that I would love. I think one is the Lost Princess, which is the Rapunzel version. And then I feel like there's one more. I also would love to have the Avatar kit that came out from Mandy. I didn't get that one. And there is a lot of people's unicorn is the, what is it called? It's another Mandy, and it's Ariel and Eric in the boat. What is it called? I can't remember. And then there's also a Christmas one. I think it's called Christmas Tabby Cat. I'm gonna look it up. I tried to get it a couple of years ago in a D-stash, but yeah, it's this one. Tabby Cat. Because it looks just like Luna, but I wasn't able to get it. This one. Isn't it so cute? It looks like Luna, but I wasn't able to find it in a D-stash, unfortunately. That's okay. I have enough diamond paintings. I definitely bought into the D-stash hype a couple of years ago, and I bought 2 Mandys. I bought the Brave one, which is the Merida princess panel, which I have completed, and then I bought the Daughter of Peace, which is the Pocahontas princess panel, and I paid a lot of money for both of those. I don't regret it, but also I don't really think I will ever, I shouldn't say ever, never say never, but I don't really buy into that anymore, just because I have such a big stash. I have so many kits that, you know, I'm fortunate to have. I do own a lot of discontinued diamond paintings. But I just don't know. I feel like my mindset is a little bit different than it used to be. I'm definitely a completionist, so I would love to own the entire collection of princess panels, but I really think I'm only missing 2. So it's okay. It's not the end of the world. What is the kit in your stash you are most looking forward to working on? Ooh, that's a really good question. Let me actually pull up my stash. I wonder what I said last time. I feel like it has to be Daughter of Peace by Manny Manzano. That is a kit that I have talked about a few times on the channel, and it is one that I say, okay, I'm going to work on Daughter of Peace this year. And then every time I think about working on Daughter of Peace, I'm like, no, I can't work on it. Which is silly, because of course I can work on it, but the thought of it no longer being in my stash makes me sad. So hopefully the day comes that I'm ready to work on that one, but so far hasn't been it. I also do have a dye moon shop called Ocean Manifestation by Risa Art that is just absolutely gorgeous, but it's huge. It's 100 centimeters by 50, and that's another one that I'm like, I should work on this, and then I'm like, no, that's okay. So I guess those would probably be my top 2. Do you prefer confetti, color blocking, or a mix of both? I would say a mix of both, but leaning towards color blocking. I used to not have a problem with confetti. It was fine. It never really bothered me. And then for some reason, a couple of years ago, I was like, I hate square drills. I hate confetti, which isn't really true. I don't mind either. But if I could breeze through a kit like this one with a ton of color blocking, that's what I'm going to choose. Now, I will say the middle row, or what I have made the middle row of this diamond painting, there was just like the perfect amount of confetti. It's like, I'll show you. This area right here, like this strip of the windows, lots of confetti with the trees and stuff in the background. I was switching colors and I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. I can't wait to see when it's completed. And I really did enjoy that section. But overall, if I have to choose, it would be color blocking for sure. I like getting through my diamond paintings, and color blocking definitely helps. Sorry for the train. Come on. Okay, there we go. Next question. How do you pick which piece you want to work on next? So if you guys have been here, okay, we get it. Jeez. If you guys have been here for a while, then you probably know that I do a video every 3 months called Plan My Kits With Me, which is where I go through the events that are happening in those 3 months. I go through my stash. I consider what month it is, what time of year, what holidays are coming, and I plan the kits that I want to work on. Now, that's not like definitive. Things change. New releases will come out that I want to work on instead. An older kit will pop into my mind that's like at like the very bottom of my stash that I want to work on. And I will change things, but I like having a plan. I like knowing what I'm going to work on. If I were to sit here, for example, I'm going to finish this diamond painting, I'm ready to start something else. If I was to sit here and be like, what do I want to work on? I would never decide. Like, I need to have a plan. It works for me. I originally started doing that when I was really into adding my own special drills to kits, because if I knew ahead of time, I could place an order with DP with Sparklers. I could get everything I needed for the 3 months and we were good to go. I don't really do that so much anymore. It is something that I would like to get back into, but for me, it's more so just knowing what I'm working on, and I get excited when I finish a kit because I'm like, oh good, this one's next. And I don't really have to think about it. I'm not good at making decisions, let alone decisions on the fly. So it works for me to know ahead of time what I'm going to be working on. What is your favorite season and holiday to diamond paint? I don't, probably Christmas, honestly. If I had to pick just one, probably Christmas. I'm very much a seasonal diamond painter, which I've said many times in the past. So I enjoy diamond painting for every season. I like kind of having like parameters on what I'm going to work on. So September and October, I'm like fall kits, Halloween. You know, I know exactly what group of images I'm looking for. So I kind of like diamond painting for every season. I think it's fun to obviously mix it up throughout the year, but if I had to pick, I definitely love diamond painting in the fall and winter. Now, I diamond paint year round, we know, but in the fall and winter when it's all like cozy and, you know, it gets dark a little bit earlier, I do really like sitting down to diamond paint. So the answer is probably fall and winter, but if I had to just narrow it down to one, I would say Christmas/winter diamond paintings. Do you work on one kit at a time or have multiple whips at once? No, I am a one kit at a time person. I cannot stand having multiple projects going on. Now, I will say, throughout this year, I have had the months of the year mini dazzles going, and I've had the diamond painting calendar going. Now, I don't really view those as like ongoing whips because I'm finishing each thing at the end of each month, if that makes sense, or by the end of each month, I should say. So I don't really view those as current whips. I guess technically they are, but they kind of don't really factor in my brain. It's really my big diamond paintings that I consider, and I cannot have more than one going at a time. A few years ago now, honestly, it was like 5 years. It was 5 years ago, almost. I had been working on a diamond painting that I absolutely loved. I was obsessed with. I could not wait to work on it. And then I had something traumatic happen to me, like in my private life, and I couldn't work on that kit. It just made me too upset to work on it. And that kit sat untouched for a year, and it was in the back of my mind every day that I had an unfinished diamond painting. I did eventually finish it. I think I finished it like 2 years later. Maybe. It was a while that it sat there. But the thought of having a diamond painting, like multiple diamond paintings going at a time, is just, it's a no for me. In the words of Randy Jackson, it's a no for me, dog. Neutral / dark pieces or colorful pieces. I feel like they both have their place. I don't know if I could choose between the two. Like this, I would consider to be a very neutral diamond painting, and it just fits the vibes right now. I very much love it. But in the summer, I love bright, colorful, fun diamond paintings. During Christmas, I love red and green and obnoxious Christmas paintings. So I think it kind of just depends. I don't know if I could pick just one. Large pieces or snack size pieces. Oh, hello. How's it going? Luna's here. I would say in the last couple of years, I've really realized how great snack size kits are, especially to break up some really big diamond paintings. Like, I wouldn't consider this one, which is a 50.7 by 63.9. I wouldn't consider this to be a big diamond painting. It's clearly not a snack size kit either. I'm sorry, but you can't be right there. I can't see the computer. I wouldn't consider it to be a big kit, but I also wouldn't consider it to be a snack size. This is kind of like my perfect kit, but if I'm working on a couple of really large, really confetti heavy kits, a snack size in between just hits different. Like, it's like, oh my god, I completed something in a reasonable amount of time. Also, I feel like it kind of depends on where you're at in the month. Like, for me personally, I set when I'm going to diamond paint in the month. And if I finish those diamond paintings with like 5 days left in the month, I'm not going to start something big, but I might start a smaller snack size kit that I know I can finish in those few days. Place diamonds with tweezers or a pen. Definitely a pen. I love watching people diamond paint with tweezers. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me. I cannot do it. I know it's pretty popular to do with square drills, and every time somebody pops up on my Instagram thread, or not thread, on my Instagram page, and they're diamond painting with tweezers, I have to stop and watch because I'm just so amazed that you can do that. So if you diamond paint with tweezers, that's amazing. You are so cool. Squares or rounds? Definitely rounds. Like I said before, I feel like I diamond paint with rounds much faster. Now, if I love an image and it comes in square, I will buy it. I'm not like wholly against square drills. It's just, I feel like I get a little bit more enjoyment, and I feel like I can space out a little more when I diamond paint if it's with round drills. What is your favorite method for placing A-B drills? I don't really change how I place ABs. Like, I used to use the pretty placer crayons. I have so many of those that I just don't use anymore. I used to use those. I used to place specials with tweezers if it was, you know, feasible. But honestly, I just usually leave the specials for last of a section, and I will just use like the dirty putty, and usually that works pretty well for me. If I have to switch to standard like pink wax, I will, but for the most part, as long as I leave the ABs to the last of the section, I don't really struggle with them. But again, if I have to change something, it would just be change to regular wax. Sometimes I'll just pull out a second pen that I will have just for ABs. If it's like a very finicky set of ABs, I'll just use the pink wax. What is your preferred method of sectioning off a canvas? Washi tape. I used to use release papers, and honestly, now that Diamond Art Club has the perforated edges, which we all know I don't love, it's always been washi tape. I like being able to measure out my sections, what I think is enough for me for an evening, because I'm somebody who, like, once I start a section, I'm finishing that before I go to bed. So being able to kind of determine your own section size is really helpful with that. And if I can, like if I'm working on an older Diamond Art Club or a kit from a different company and I can measure out my own sections with washi tape, I will do that. I don't really see the point in doing my own sections with the perforated cover. I've kind of just adjusted to it. And it's a little bit easier now that they have the markers where the perforated cover is. Like this one was one of their first kits with the perforated cover, so there's no guideline, which is why I couldn't find the line earlier. But I do still prefer the washi tape method if I can. Do you have any other crafty hobbies aside from diamond painting? Do you consider puzzling a crafty hobby? I do love to puzzle. I've been very much back into my puzzle era lately. I also like to do just like random craft projects. I like to buy the craft kits from Target, from the Mondo Llama brand or Michael's, and just make fun seasonal types of projects. I've always been kind of crafty. I also really enjoy paint by number. I don't do that as often because it's just not as easy of a thing to do like in a sitting. Like with diamond painting, if I decided right now I was done, okay, cover it up, close the drills, I'm good to go. If I'm doing paint by number, I have to clean the brushes and cap the paint and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've always been kind of crafty. I've always enjoyed painting. I've always enjoyed little craft kits. But I would definitely say diamond painting is number one. The last question is, who do you tag to do this video? I'm not going to tag anybody specific because this is a little bit old at this point. I'm a couple months behind. But if you would like to use these tag questions in a video, please feel free to do so. I will leave a link to Michaela Renee's video in the description box. She has the questions typed out in her description box, which is what I've been reading off of. And yeah, even if you don't have a channel and you want to answer the questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I would love to know your answers. Even if you want to like pick and choose a couple questions to answer them in the comments, that would be fun as well. So that's going to do it for today's video. I have a full day of filming today. This week will be daily videos, so buckle up. I have a lot to film. There's just a lot on my mind that I wanted to put out as content, and this week just seemed like a good week for daily videos. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.